Oh wait, hang on. Fate's distortion. I deem you worthy of entering the Sea of Eden. Let the path be known for the ones facing their fate. The anomaly. Let me double check, make sure everything's set up. Okay. The present needs to be done last. Let's go to the past first. Atropos. Cutting the threads of life. The future. Electricity. Measuring the thread of life. Finally. Call Cotho, spinning the thread of fate. Art thou worthy of accepting fate? Are we being tested? I think so. The reason we fight this one instead of the other two is because this is the only one that will drop the Virgora, which is pretty much it's a very powerful spell for a blue user. Okay, I guess that's the thing that's happening right now. Okay, fireball. Okay, bye bye. Yep. Approach, that's what I wanted. Magma bomb. Now. Info scope. And now holds information about us, huh? Interesting. You're a plus. You're... Wait, it stopped moving? By the way, if you have the Masamune and you use Flying Arrow, it shows Masamune in the background. That's the image. It's cool. Greenfield. Spark. Yeah, it can't. It can't handle the output. That damage output. That damage output. Delish. It's still alive. Jeez. If I hit you, it's over. I told you. You should have healed. Level 38. Good. Vigoroa. I have burn on me. Ow. That actually was painful. It's okay. Future ruins. Time Fortress Chronopolis. Chronopolis Military Research Center. May there be everlasting peace for the children of the world. I heard Group 3B's experiment today is going to be a biggie. They're releasing the Flames lock level to D in order to trace the counter time effect. Yeah, but based on previous experiments, I'm sure it'll work out just fine. During the simulation, Fate was certain the flame could be used as a relay to extract enough energy to counteract the anti-annihilation effect. Don't worry, it'll be a success. I hope so. Well, anyway, this is a fun time. He's got a rainbow shell. You have to steal it. Ow. And he's super overpowered. Yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. I could win the fight very easily using. Did you think it was over? Did you think that Did you just think that, oh, we're done stealing stuff? No. Let's get started. The real fun begins now. Because now we're going to be stealing the good stuff. The really good stuff. I said it once and I'll say it again. The first playthrough is always the longest if you know what you're doing. If you know how much just nonsense and crazy stuff is in this game. Negative 5th. There it is, and it's over. I hope it likes to suffer. Oh, oh, gyro. Okay. I can't do that. 500? Oh no, 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 no. Okay. Fine. Okay, that's fine. Oh! Oh. I thought we won. I was gonna be like, oh boy, here we go. No, we have not won at all. This is about to go into nightmare mode. Here we go. Hey, Serge, I kind of need you to do like 7 billion damage. Thank you. Bazooka. What? Serge, I need you to get up. Thank you. There it is. Oh, that was scary. Oh boy. Da, 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 da. Negate physical. Here's my toad. It's got nothing to get. That's good. I'm gonna just do this. Goodbye. Gizmotoids. Don't know what that was, but okay. Didn't even notice the sound of one. Meteor shower. Wiley, what? Come on, game. Nobody uses meteor shower anymore. What? Arrow cards. Arrow cards. So apparently you can steal holy light from. Like, okay. Like, yes, please, let's steal that. Go down. Okay. That just kind of happened. Makes life a lot easier. How do I don't know how to get out of this action. Oh, I know it. Guess, honey, he can touch the button. Wait, there it is. And there's certain sequence of events. That's called push the button. Can you? Thank you. Oh god. Open button. Hey, thank you for the major stats. That helped. Perhaps what we are doing is wrong. If this experiment succeeds, we will be able to control time. We will have complete control over history and in a sense become like gods. So, what meaning is there to the history of mankind? But it's too late now. We can't afford to fail in this experiment. If for some reason anything goes wrong, the anti-annihilation energy will probably overwhelm us. Who knows what the consequences might be. Yeah. They're pretty much opening Pandora's box at this point. But there's no turning back now. Anyway, it's the forget me not pot. Anybody want to wear this? Oh, what am I holding on to? The items. That it just use programs. So I guess I keep all of their or what's it called? I was trying to find info about New Game Plus. That's the thing. Boom. Oh. Whoa. I signed up for this because I knew how long this place is going to be. Whoa. Originally, El Nido was nothing but ocean. The El Nido Archipelago is purely artificial, created by fate. It was a remodeling plan that took place 10,000 years ago. A plan to include islands blessed with nature in the Sea of El Nido. The main island of El Nido, Earth Dragonal, Water Dragonal, Black Dragonal, developments of elements using the energy of the natural world. The distribution of memory terminal devices called Record of Fate that could monitor and guide people's lives. The research center staff, who had their memories of the future erased, left the center and began a life outside amidst nature. This is how Fate's paradise came into existence. And for over 10,000 years, Fate had been watching over and guiding the descendants of the staff who left this research center. Everything was in perfect harmony. That is until 14 years ago, when a boy came into contact with the flame on the night of the storm. So let's digest that, okay? This is what the world used. This is what this area used to look like. Everything. This is what it looks like. They built this artificially. All of this is built. Still releasing lock. Where was the lock release for the elevator again? My mind's been blanking out. Another feeling. But when I guess we can say officially that when Surge ended up coming here, coming in contact with the flame, something happened. This cannot be. This is the ancient super weapon that was under development in Boar. What is it doing here? It looks complete. Oh. Let's see. Code confirmed. Recharge. Interesting. So that apparently the safe uses a binary coding. Can't do it. Okay. That's alright. So anyway, that's all that's here. So I kind of want someone intelligent. Who else was Yeah, Norris sounds a bit more intelligent. No offense. The only problem is, he ain't gonna have a gun. I can, I can go develop the weapon, but it won't make a difference. Or you have to forgive me not. Huh. Weird. I thought that would be something different. But, sorry. The DNA records are tones and music, Anatonian, Gurnian, rhythm, and melody. Perhaps the DNA of the ones who make contact with the flame is recomposed by the sound they generate with it. I wonder if life forms are just dreaming in an endless flow of music. Okay. Mixed Lavos, an extraterrestrial life form that is thought to have fallen from the heavens 65 million years ago. In the timeline that existed before history was changed, Lavos was assumed to have up deep below the planet's surface, sleeping and consuming the planet's energy up until the day of destruction known as the Apocalypse. For those who believe that 12,000 years ago, the legendary ancient magical civilization known as Zeal came into contact with others. A fateful encounter is said to have resulted in Zeal disappearing from the surface of the planet within the space of a single night. However, the very existence of the ancient civilization of Zeal has never been proven, so the theory cannot be confirmed to this day. On some timelines, Lavos appears on the surface of the planet in the year 1999 and brought the world to ruin. However, a group of young time travelers saw where their planet's history was heading, and through their actions, rewrote time. But no, that was a bad idea. Well, the thing about Chrono Cross is it's trying to tell you that because of your actions and trigger, it's caused a paradox. And that's why all this stuff is happening. Why, yeah, and stuff, but why? Humans and reptiles, 65 million years ago, the reptiles who evolved from reptiles, the reptiles who evolved from reptiles had developed their own unique civilization. This was long before the ancestors of humans who evolved from primates had developed their civilization. Excavations carried out on the central continent of Zenan have revealed that the reptiles already had advanced architectural skills in the prehistoric era. With lava's descent to the planet's surface and the Ice Age, this brought about, rang the death knell for the reptiles and their civilization. After that, the reptiles slowly disappeared from the stage of history. However, in the distant past, humans could have been defeated in the contest of evolution, and the reptiles could have continued to develop. It is not unnotable that such a timeline could exist in another dimension. Everything is purely a problem of possibilities, and the world is only stabilized by the viewpoint of the one who observes it. Oh, what's that? Play with it. Let me play with it. Oh, I guess not. I guess you can't play it. What's that? The Rainbow Show. So in other words, so now they've admitted that somewhere across the time, in an alternate universe, the reptiles actually survived and won. What's going on in here? Memory scanning and imprinting is not that difficult a thing. As a matter of fact, it is possible to simulate the thoughts and feelings of each individual. These are all just electronic signals that flow around the circuitry of the brain after all. The vessels of flesh can now be reproduced through cloning, and the souls stored within these fleshy vessels can be simulated as well. Thus, one could even go so far as to say that death itself no longer exists. However, this comes at the cost of the destruction of the individual, the loss of variation. In which case, is there truly life where there is no death? No. You have to have it's for them both. Model of the brain's behavior. Model of the brain's insight. Model of the brain's evolution. Of a lower animal brain. It just gets. The life forms on this planet develop from single-celled microorganisms to protozoans. Then from fish to amphibians, from reptiles to mammals, and eventually to humans. Beginning with the cerebral neocortex, which only exists in higher mammals. The anthropod brain enlarged at an accelerating pace until it becomes the human brain we know. Could the reason for the abnormal development of the human brain be the biological contamination caused by lavos? It then follows that humans are really heterogeneous life form, or foreign matter as far as the planet is concerned. Humans are a sudden mutation caused by the contact with lavos, an alien life form that fell to this planet from space. That is why humans are biologically speaking unbalanced and incomplete. Internally, it's consistent and disconnected. Human existence is plagued by contradictions. An incomplete species torn between love and hatred, whose very being is contradictory. That's from a logical point of view. So hard to... We control human emotions by using neurotransmitters. This means that by manipulating the neurotransmitters inside our brains, it's possible to control the feelings and even the personalities of humans. Fate uses the records of fate to connect directly to the brains of the humans with whom they come into contact. Fate not only imprints what actions the humans should take in their brains, but also rewrites their personalities and feelings. There's that. Chronopolis is just one big, huge research facility. And sadly, oh, hello. And one of the things they did was create the place. Combat. The combat. Oh, I've heard that name before. It's got nothing. It's just kind of sad. Gonna get ya. Ah. Wait. Oh, so how do I explain exactly what's going on here? Because Chronopolis just literally told you everything is a lie. They created the islands and land, continent. They, this fate controls them. Apparently the people on the island are technically descendants and ancestors of the staff that decided to have their minds erased and leave Chronopolis to live on the island. And which, apparently this fate, it sounds like a computer, alters their brains and stuff to whatever they desire to get results of some kind. Which, yeah, even your, perhaps even Surge's and everybody's existence is just one big lie. Only person registered as Arbiter. Ooh. Oh. Everyone gather around. Let's see. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Lucia indicated the possibility of time travel through the use of a time egg, which utilized miniature black holes. Whether this could actually be possible or not is still the subject of intense debate, and no conclusion has been made. According to our theory, by rotating a single point of supergravity, space-time continua can be drawn in, thus making it possible to transform that singular point, which pulls in everything else, into a ring formation. Using this ring as a gate between dimensions, it should be possible to travel back and forth between various space-times. Time eggs may have already existed during the reign of the ancient dynasty we heard legends about. We shouldn't have to rely on theories from an ancient civilization that may not have even existed. We can do this ourselves. But the legends say they altered time using a time egg. That's just a legend. There isn't even any evidence to prove that this ancient dynasty even ever existed. The experiment should be starting soon. After we discovered an unusual gravitational field in the barren sea of El Nido, we built artificial islands and established Chronopolis. This was all done to facilitate our top-secret research. But now, our research is about to come to an end. Once the final adjustments are made, the experiment will commence. It is just a matter of time, so everyone should keep up their good work. The chief hasn't returned yet. He hasn't? Then we'll have to hold off till he gets back. Time is not absolute, but elastic. It is both relative and subjective. Individual differences emerge as time changes. Perhaps people All life forms exist in their own separate strands of time. Is time independent, marching to the beat of its own drum? Huh, ridiculous. I don't even know where to start. Boy, we're conducting a simulation of phase shifting. Okay. This institution was established under the utmost secrecy by the central government. We may appear to be a military research center, but the actual subject of our research is time itself. The lost ancient magic civilization of Zeo. If it really did exist, someone may have even traveled through time to this period. I mean, I don't know. Oh wait, there's a chest down there. Magnify. The chief said he was going for a walk. He's probably by the docks somewhere gazing out at sea. As weird as things get in this game about like time, space, and even about like how the human brain and stuff works, it's like it's still fascinating. Such the one thing is like you don't like B1. Oh. I gotta get the lab card. Hi. The Time Research Lab, which serves the Time Research Lab, which served as the foundation of this research center, appeared out of nowhere in the year 2300 and was headed up by the scientific genius Balthazar. However, at the peak of his career, he simply vanished. Continued his work and we've continued his work and have come this far. Our work is almost complete. Well, it's about time I headed back. The experiment's about to begin. Yep. All of this, it was built by Balthazar. But we play Crimson Echoes, so technically we already knew that. But it's a shock when you hear about it in this game. Because we see Balthazar and we're like, hey, that's Balthazar. What's he doing here? And then you find out about this madness. It's like, why? And we know why. It's Crimson Echoes daughter. And not only that, but there is already... I mean, we did Chrono Trigger too, if you want to believe the DS stuff. So what's this experiment? What? The record of fate is exposed. Two worlds that are so close in nature, yet so far removed from one another, exist in separate time dimensions. These worlds are under the constant observation and are guided by the main computer of Chronopolis, Fate. So it's a computer. Fate has been manipulating the world in which Alnita lies in order to avoid any major changes to the history it knows. And if an event on Alnita influences the main continent, the year 2400 in which Fate exists will change. This paradox could potentially lead to great disasters. The records of Fate terminals, collect data from around the world and input guidance directly into the minds of its users. In this covert manner, Fate is able to control the lives of people without them knowing. Guided by Fate, the people of Alnita lead harmonious lives. In a sense, they are nothing more than puppets of Fate. An instruction to the young girl in Arnie 1 to give up going to the main continent to become a poet. An instruction to the man in Arnie 2 to give up on becoming a fisherman. A plan to avoid any point of contact with the mainland continent, so as not to affect history. However, ever since the formation of the Dead Sea 10 years ago, Fate has been unable to intervene directly with World 01. That would be our world. That would be the home world. Right? Yeah. No. That'd be 02. The best Fate could do was to cross the dimensions and receive data through the records of Fate. With much difficulty, Fate succeeded in binding Magol to the Dead Sea as a watchman. The truth. This is the observation room. This is where we observe the two parallel worlds. Fate is a large-scale prototype completed in the year 2300. It integrated the old mother brain computer circuitry into a more powerful supercomputer. Fate contains a massive amount of historical data dating up to the year 2400. But how do we keep track of all that information? The main computer of Chronopolis is called Fate. Now, it sounds crazy, but oh, he's confused. Not anymore. Card key. What's this? It all began with a notebook my mother handed me. She told me she found it while cleaning out the closet. This old notebook covered with mold was a diary that belonged to my grandfather who passed away years ago. It contained his distant memories. Does this device play back archives? It's like someone's memoirs. I wonder if you still remember. how we first met in our many adventures. It all seemed like a dream. We ran like the wind during those warm, sunny days long ago. You were a piece of a star that fell from the sky. I can still relive the memories of those days long past, just by closing my eyes like so and whispering your name into the desolate night. Kid, kid, radical dreamers, yeah. What is this? Radical dreamers. What does this mean? There is a conversation with a comrade. Are you ready, kid? I know you're anxious, but stay on your toes. Yeah, likewise, me. You mess up and I'm leaving you behind. Got that, Surge? Come on, Miguel. Let's go. That bastard Linux is gonna get what he deserves. Say your prayers, not that it'll do you any good. This seems to be an archive from a different time than our own. Aside from the two worlds we already know about, other worlds at times may also exist. Yeah. So that proves that Radical Dreamers, which we can now play, it completely takes place on a different timeline. Actually, on a completely different reality altogether. So whatever happens in there, technically, don't think has any use here. Oh, I have to go down to B1. Oh, okay. We're gonna finish this up. Oh, is it? Are they just gonna? Fingerprint and retina scan required. Please step inside the circle and hold up your left hand. Analyzing. Please stand by. Analysis complete. Fingerprints, retina, and C-class DNA all clear. Data discrepancies due to aging within permissible range. 96% confirmation that this individual is the last registered arbiter. Access granted. Welcome back, Chrono Trigger. So that is why Linux needed Surge's form. Linux must be already inside. Yes, along with the frozen flame. Yeah. Arbiter control. Confirmed. Access granted. Well, where are we? Is that the frozen flame? Exactly. And now you'll learn the truth of why he did everything. The hero of people's prayers, the provider of riches, fame, and power, the bestower of eternal life, the promiser of peace and happiness. This is the essence of what descended from the heavens in the prehistoric age. The living crimson stone, the frozen flame. Linux. What took you so long? You had me worried. Well, I had to do a bunch of stuff. I had to be sure I was ready for this. Worried that you might have perished on the way here. Are you alright? It's no use. I put her soul to sleep. I had to remove any potential obstacles from having this talk. Who are you? What are you after? You still don't know? I am the human incarnation of fate. The living interface of the fate computer system. Or simply put, I too am fate. 14 years ago, on the night of the terrible storm, the cogs began to turn. That night, Wazuki and Miguel set out to sea carrying a sick child in their boat. That child was you, Serge, after you had been attacked by that panther demon. Your poisoned wounds were beyond the healing abilities of the doctors in Termina or even Godot. So they set sail for Marble in order to see the sage there, not knowing how bad the storm would become. Being skilled sailors, the two men were able to survive the storm, but they were blown off course and came ashore on this island, where they decided to seek shelter. At the time, this research center was offline due to the severity of the storm. It only took 10 minutes for the system to power back up, but by then the flame had found you. Contact with the flame healed your young body, but that was not all. Once the security system was rebooted, it would only grant access to you, the Arbiter. You can't imagine the trouble this caused the fake computer system in achieving its objective. Inside of Fate, there was a standalone circuit that had been kept hidden since the old Mother Brain generation. That circuit was designed to start a malfunction, or more precisely, a rebellion. Who would have thought that such a small bug, a traitor, could exist inside of Fate? That hidden circuit was based on the initial Ash tier model circuit board, with extra logic added by another scientist. Fate itself did not realize that this circuit was present within the core of its system, or more correctly, the circuit was programmed so that the moment Fate did detect it, it would erase all record of its detection. Dr. Lucia Ashtier. Unbelievably intelligent and incredibly enthusiastic. You might even go so far as to call her a mad scientist. Of course, I don't think it was she who implemented her theory. It was most likely the work of Balthazar, the first curator of the research center. Fate, bring out the traitor. Bring out Prometheus. Affirmative. Ah, you finally released me. Welcome back, so you're the real Sarge. I waited a long time for you. I'm glad you made it in time. Sarge, I beg you, please bring an end to this enmity between Fate and the dragons. Eliminate him. No, you cannot. Sarge, please. For the future of mankind. For future. Idiot destructions to those who oppose the goddess of fate. Just why you? So, Prometheus is technically Robo. And whatever machinery was left inside Fate from that was trying to keep it at bay. Now it's gone. Show me what the purpose of your life on this planet is. Teach me what it means to be alive. This battle can go one of two ways. Hopefully I get my, hopefully we can get the steel off. Commencing countdown. Diminish. Of course. Pillage. Holy healing. There it is. Okay, we got it. Supernova. Oh, okay. That was kind of bad. 4. Right. That barely did anything. Goodness. See if I can. Let's see if we can change the whole thing white. Probably not, but doesn't hurt to try. Wait, did that say weak-minded? Oh. Wait. Keep right. That actually hurt. We gotta keep it all white, guys. Free fall. Top shot. Oh, you're... I didn't even notice we were doing that much damage. No. No. I know what it's trying to do, and that's not good. Red. No. Meteorite. I'm not worried about the fact that it did 0 damage. It's just I need the field to change. Actually, is 0. Dark energy. Yeah. Oh, is that it? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I was waiting for something horrible to happen, but I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. That means it's done. Defiant. No. How could you? I, Fate, the goddess of fate, was not meant to die. You're not even the real goddess. You were just a machine. Huh? Where in places am I? Sarge, what happened to me? Aha, that's it. That's it. No, anyway, do not touch it. Kid, I know the feelings you have inside of you. The urge to bring everything to nothing is now stronger than your desire to save everyone. You may want to throw yourself off the cliff of destruction. That is your... But just... I can't understand you. Do not drag Surge and the others down into destruction with you. Too late. There's no turning back. You've doomed us all. Fate has fallen. Fate has died. Finally, the time has come. Indeed, the long endless night shall finally come to an end. Now, for mankind. I shall make you bleed. feel 1,000,000 years of this planet's agony, pain, and suffering. Terra Tower. It's come back to life again. In the year 2400, during a counter-time experiment, the flame goes out of control. This causes the dimensions to rip apart, resulting in a time crash. Engulfed in an enormous dimensional vortex, Chronopolis was hurled 10,000 years back in time. Maybe this was Lavos' doing. Maybe he saw the possibility of his being destroyed by the Avengers in 1999 and decided to create a new outcome in order to escape destruction. And so, when the experiment took place, Lavos pulled the frozen flame back to the ancient past, where he was only just awakening. That ain't all. At the same time, another city from a different dimension's future was thrown back in time. Dinoopolis, the future city of the reptiles, Azala's descendants who had evolved more closely with the planet, just as Lavos, in an attempt to save itself, summoned Chronopolis from the distant future. Perhaps our planet summoned Dinoopolis back into the past, maybe as a measure against Chronopolis and humanity. It wasn't the dragon gods who sealed away the frozen flame. What actually happened is that fate used the flame to divide and seal the dragons, and now the fate has been defeated. The dragons will join together again to start their revenge. So, in other words, they used to be one being. Well, I feared it would come to this. I didn't want to have to fight with you if it could have been avoided. I do, Serge. I do. Yep. By the way, Harley is one of the pieces of the dragon. That's why she kept saying she didn't want to fight him. But now she has no choice. Give me a freaking break. You mean to tell me we were being used all this time? Yeah. Damn. What is done is done, although we may not like it. And in any case, we need to make our way to that floating tower. Yes, we can't just twiddle our thumbs and do nothing. The only problem is, so how do we find a way up there, right? It's not like the great SS Invincible can make it up there either. There has to be a way. At least our objective is clear. I do not know how, but we must find a way. So, like, whatever happened to Kid after that? Doesn't look like she'll ever wake up. Indeed, she is resting at Radius's place. Her spirit seems to be possessed by the past. A powerful item is necessary in order to dispel it. There's no sense staying here. Come on, mateys. Let's shove off. Yeah. There we go. And what? I mean, where do you want me to start? Because I would need another. I need a whole hour just to explain half the truth about everything that just happened. He said, I love this game, but oh my god, is it just chaos. I shouldn't even compare it to that, considering. Like, oh yeah, I had Norris with me. Yeah. Bad that one. Got robot. Well, what? Have your stuff. We're about to do something even more crazy. I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute break to get something to eat. Just a snack. I'm not gonna eat something big. But yeah.